I do like this intro. He just created this a couple weeks ago.
Skip Happens podcast host, along with Skip Happens podcast co-host Deb Lamphear, president and founder of the official country music fan club. This is the podcast that will bring you the stories. We will interview the incredible incoming artists out of Music City. Also, we chat with a big star and we talk about their journey to stardom. We also love talking to entrepreneurs. Not only that, it's people like you and I. That's all. And just remember, skip happens. So get over it. Let's get right to the podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Skip Happens. Yeah, we're a little bit behind tonight, but it seems like all three of us were like running around, getting things done. And before we knew it, it's like, oh my God, we got to get on. Jimmy's been waiting for us. But hello, everybody. And there he is. I want y'all to say hi to Jimmie Allen. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on?
That's so good.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for doing this. This means so much for you coming on Skip Happens and having your fans and a lot of our viewers and listeners here in Syracuse actually get to see you and listen to a great conversation and find out a little more about you. But, we don't want to take up too much of your time. But, Jimmie, just tell us, describe your surroundings. Where are you right now?
I am actually in a writing room about to write. As soon as yeah.
Is that like
so? This is what a writing room looks like, huh? We always wondered. Skip.
This is what this writing room looks like.
It kind of looks like my back porch, to be honest.
They got little cubby holes over there.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so cool.
It's cute.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good word. It's cute. I like that. Where is that in Nashville?
Yeah, we're in Nashville.
Okay, cool. And you're going to sit down. You're going to actually write a song when we get done with this tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good one. I hope.
Jimmie, everything you touch turns to gold, brother. You know that. Everything you touch, everything you do.
I need to start touching some more stuff.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, you got to go. And right off the top, I got to tell you, I watched the CMA special you were on. You, Darius, I think it was Charlie Worsham and Ashley McBride. Mm-hmm. That had to be one of the best specials I had ever seen. For you guys to be sitting in around like that, of course, you were distanced, rightfully so because of everything that's going on. But that was very heartfelt. What was that like? I mean, you're sitting there with Darius. That's amazing.
Man, it was a cool moment, to be there with Darius and Charlie Worsham, I've known for a long time. Mm-hmm. Ashley McBride is one of my friends, and just to talk about life, music, the pandemic, everything that's going on this year with division and, people forgetting that you can still love people even though you have different political views.
Yeah. Now,
you know what I mean? So
no, exactly. No, exactly right. How, you must have grown up like listening to Darius. I mean, doing the Hootie thing and now, going on and being Darius Rucker and doing the country thing and just, that had to just be a special moment for you.
Dude, it was very, very special for me, man. Just getting to become his friend, and knowing that the guy whose music I fell in love with is a cool dude as well, because that's the biggest thing. Because so many people you meet that you love their music, sometimes you can meet them and you're like, ooh, okay. I should have stopped there. But Darius is cool, man. He's a real cool dude. And he's obviously super, super talented.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's been cool getting to know him, just sit and talk to him. And I actually got a song with him. I have a song with him and Charlie Pride.
Yeah, I kind of figured. And I was going to talk about the whole Charlie Pride thing as well. And, watching the CMAs and how all that came together, especially with the pandemic. And I know Deb was working in Nashville at the time doing some things for the CMA show. But to see you on stage, that moment with Charlie Pride, I just melted. It's just like, oh my God, this is just unbelievable. Can you describe that moment a little bit?
Man, it was like, I would say, I had something I was say. It was like a Jew meeting Jesus.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it was like, because if everybody meets Jesus, that's cool. but it's special with a Jew. Jesus, you know, and for a black guy in country music to meet Charlie Pride and sing with Charlie Pride on the CMAs, a show that he's hosted before, a show that he was Entertainer of the Year on, was a special moment. And because 4 years ago, I spent my last $100 to go to the CMA's 50th to see Charlie Pride perform, because I was like, I don't know how many more times he's going to want to perform, you know? So to go from that to 4 years later, I get to present him the Lifetime Achievement Award and perform with him. It was crazy. It was definitely a special moment for sure.
And you know, regardless of the pandemic and everything, that being so special, and it would have even been, I don't know if you could top that, but even putting people in the seats and all that, you know, like it normally would have been. That
man, I'd have performed with Charlie Pride and presented him that thing in the minivan. I didn't care where it happened. As long as it happened.
you.
And there was proof.
And, did you ever think in your wildest dreams that you would be not only on that stage, but on that stage with him? I mean, is that something that you ever thought could ever really, really happen? Even though
The
it's
crazy
something.
thing is, yeah.
Really?
I honestly felt like if I could keep working and if I could stay alive and if he could stay alive, that somehow it would happen. You know, I never really know how things will happen, but I always just try to keep just the positive thoughts of it. It will happen, and it can. You know, like even when the moments when I was living in my car or when I was, you know, homeless, you know, I still pictured myself where I am right now and where I want to go.
Jimmie, can you take us back a little bit about those days? I mean, I know that you were living out of your car. You had a dream. You were trying to get it. You were doing everything you could possibly do to achieve that, but it wasn't easy. It was not an easy road for you, living out of the car and doing what you had to do. You didn't have much money at the time. You just struggled to make it happen, but you made it happen. Can you take us back a little bit?
Yeah, man. I moved to Nashville in 2007, and I actually found a place to live on Craigslist on the drive down. I would stop at different places and use computers and look for places to stay. And I found this place. I called the lady. She's like, yeah, I have this trailer. I moved into it, and yeah, it was, I feel like struggles what builds character. You know, you find out how bad you want something when you have to work for it, when you have to sacrifice friendships, relationships, miss holidays, miss birthdays. And I would do it all again. I'm sure there's a lot of ex-girlfriends of mine that hate me. I chose music over them, and I would do it again today because that was so important to me. That was more important than a relationship. It was more important than Thanksgiving, more important than Christmas.
Sure.
No, it just was. And I feel like sometimes we sacrifice our dreams and everything else we want to do for traditions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like if you love your family, Christmas and Thanksgiving ain't going to be only 2 days you make time to see them.
Right. Exactly.
Very true.
It's just 2 days. So whether you spend 2 days with them in June or 2 days with them in December and November, it's still 2 days, you know? And you know, luckily me and my family, we spend a lot of time together. We see each other a lot. Talk to my mom like every other day, just about every day. So, you know, coming here and missing Thanksgiving and Christmas for 2 years, it wasn't a big thing for us because we knew what the ultimate goal was. You know, we knew when you know where you're going,
right?
Then along the way, there's things you have to give up, and it was totally worth it.
Wow.
So you're living out of the car. Did that come after your place that you found on Craigslist? Did something happen from there?
The lady sold the trailer. She sold the trailer for $300, and I didn't even have $300. Yeah, so she sold it for $300, and I didn't have it, so I just kicked it in the car for a little bit. And I was working at this gym down here, like making protein shakes and stuff. So what I would do is I go to the gym. I sleep in the parking lot down the street from the gym. I go to the gym about 5 a.m., wash my clothes, shower, work, then I would work out. Then I would just go network, go to writers' rounds and meet people, go to bars and meet people, and just do that every day. Mm-hmm. And I got to meet T-Roy from Montgomery Gentry. He was a real good friend of mine. Met him in 2008. I got to meet Rodney Atkins, Aaron Benward from Blue County.
All friends of ours, actually. That's pretty cool.
Man. So it was cool, man. You know, just kind of getting to meet people and, you know, putting some work in.
Yeah.
Just networking away.
What was it? Go ahead, Deb.
Oh, I was just going to say, so when did you kind of get your first break after that? Because
my first break came in 2016. Yeah, 2016. Okay. I signed a publishing deal. That's a good one. I signed a publishing deal. This guy named Ash Bowers, who used to be an artist. He found me at Puckett's grocery store. Puckett's is a grocery store, a music venue, and a restaurant all in one.
Well, that's Nashville.
Yeah, and I was playing this writers round, and he approached me afterwards and was like, "Dude, who you signed to?" I was like, "Nobody." He's like, "Well, what's going on?" I was like, "Nothing." He was like, "Well, I have a little publishing company." I was like, "Well, let's meet. Let's try to, you know, work on some stuff." And we did. So it was really, really, really good. Mm-hmm. Like really good just to meet him and really try to just, you know, penetrate the music business. So. Mm-hmm.
Now, do you being a Black country artist, do you feel the struggles? Are there any struggles, or does it all work out for you? I know Darius has done really well, obviously Charlie Pride back in the day, but being who you are, have you had any struggles because being Black?
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Definitely. I met with one label in town, and this person no longer works for the label, but he told me, it was like, "Jimmie, I like you know, but I'm just not sure how someone that looks like you would fare in country music."
What?
Yeah. I was like, well,
they deserve to be working for the label if that's what they have to say.
I told him, I said, well, how would you know? Y'all not signing any Black artists. You know what I mean? Like, how would you know? You know?
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just that. And sometimes, you know, you can, you know, people have preconceived notions mm-hmm. about everyone. Everyone does sometimes. And for some reason, when you're a Black guy, it's like you have to prove how country you are in country music. You know, you can take a white guy from LA or New York City, put a cowboy hat on him, right, send him to Nashville. Nobody would ever question the authenticity of his country background. But me, when I came in, people, how are you in the country music? You're Black. I was like, do we not have ears like everybody else? You know what I mean?
Yes, very true.
I remember I did the docuseries and we filmed my hometown, and people were like, even my band's from Tennessee and Georgia.
Right.
They're like, yeah, Jimmie, now this is country. Like where I grew up, bro, farm town, chicken plants everywhere. Nashville, shucks, downtown Franklin was a big city to me.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I said now, luckily I traveled and I got a little cultured. So, you know, my fashion, what I wear has changed. Now I don't wear a cowboy hat. You know, I still wear my boots from time to time, but you know, I like leather jackets. I like my chains. You know, I traveled and I got a little culture. You know,
dude, you're styling. I got to tell you that much. You are, man. Where did you get that jacket? I'd wear.
Man, this jacket, shout out to Zara.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I bought it in Florida last week when I was at Disney.
That's right. We talked, you were in Orlando and we talked on, I think it was Saturday. That's what I thought, you know, I said we're on the same time zone. I thought you were staying there. I didn't realize you're a big Disney guy, aren't you?
6 times a year. I'm there.
No shit. 6.
I've been gone 3 times during the pandemic.
Wow. And well,
the Disney demic. I'm going down there to hang out with the mouse.
Do you go to the parks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're big Disney fans in this family too.
We're going back from 26 to like January 5th, I think.
Now, does anybody know it's you as you're walking through the park? Does anybody?
Well, now that we have masks, not really. But I have had a few people this last trip. Somebody came up, tapped me on the shoulder. It's like, I know who you are. Just want to say hi. I was like, hey, how you doing?
You gotta love it. Gotta love it. And Disney is awesome. I haven't been there recently, but looking to get back there. And I noticed, you're a fan of like Disney. And then I think when it's CRS, when we went into the ping pong room late that night, you walked in. I think you had a Rugrats shirt on. So,
oh, yeah, gotta love the Rugrats.
What shirt do you have on now? Do you have is it?
I got a T-Roy shirt on right now.
Oh, T-Roy.
Yep.
I love it. I love it.
I got a T-Roy shirt on right now.
That is so cool. That is so cool. What you doing? What you doing?
Got my.
Yeah, that's like a baby Taylor. What is it?
Yeah, it's a little ukulele or something.
Yeah, I can only see a little part of it on this end. So yeah,
I got ADD real bad.
You got a what?
I got ADD real bad.
Oh, I thought you said he had a pee real bad. I'm going. He's running a little bit late. All right. But hey, so I got to tell you, you came out those two big hits in the beginning. I know Deb wanted to ask you this about those. You two number one songs right off the top. Huge. Deb.
Oh, I thought you were going to go right into it there. So, no. So actually, I wanted to touch base on the fact that you had two number ones back to back. And your first one was your debut song. And it's duly noted that you are the first Black artist to do that. One, congratulations to the highest degree. They're two awesome songs. Secondly, though, do you realize there's the Charlie Pride, and then we have Darius, and I love Darius. And I remember when Darius came on board into the country music genre, how he had expressed very openly about how he was welcomed with open arms, being a Black artist coming into this genre. Then then the gap, basically the age gap, I think, between Darius and yourself is smaller. And I feel you are paving a way. You are in history in the making for other young artists like yourself who want to follow your path. Do you feel like that you're in the midst of it? So do you notice that you are helping create some history here in this industry?
I never even, thought about it like that until about a year ago. This kid came up to me and told me he looked up to me and Kane Brown and Mickey Guyton. And I was like, wow, okay, now I get it. And I'm slowly starting to see how Darius and Charlie feel because how I grew up listening to them. Charlie told me, hey, there's young Black kids looking at you the same way you used to look at me. And, he said, just keep putting out music, don't quit, just keep being yourself. There'll be people that like it, people that don't. And the one thing I can say, other than that label guy, it's been great, man. The country radio has been very supportive of me and my journey.
Oh, we love it.
It's been great. The country music fans have been great.
Well, and first of all, country music fans are the best. I'll have to say that.
Like the absolute best. And somebody was like, well, Jimmie, how is it on the road? Do you feel accepted, by white people as a Black guy? I said, well, I just headlined a show in Nebraska and there was 2,000 white people there. So
I think so.
I think it's all right, I think it's good, and I don't think anybody that don't like Black people is gonna pay money to come see me sing. So,
and I got to say, I saw that when you were here in Central New York. You played a place called Kegs just outside of Syracuse. And there you go. I mean, you packed the house, and it was one hell of a show.
Man, it was a good time, man.
Always a good time.
I have fun on stage, man. It's I get to do something I love for a living, and I love every second of it. Don't take it for granted. It's a good time, man. And, to look out in the audience and see people dancing and shaking around to your music, it's good times.
I was reading somewhere I don't know where, but my memory sucks. But it was something about you and your band when the pandemic set in that you weren't going to let those guys go. And you went and you got some funds to help pay those guys in your band. Is that true?
Yeah,
Dude, that's awesome.
So my band, when I first started, they started with me before I had a record deal.
Uh-huh.
Right after I got my deal, I didn't have any money really, because I was just playing. Nobody knew who I was. So I was paying those guys $25 a show.
Oh, wow.
And they were still helping me drive and stuff.
Wow.
So when the pandemic hit, I was like, well, financially I would be okay, but my guys wouldn't. My band, my crew, my bus drivers. So I went to the bank. My business manager was upset. He didn't approve it. So I said, whatever, let's get it done. I took out a loan to pay them for the rest of the year and into next year if I need to. I just wanted to make sure they were cool, because they have families, and they wouldn't been able to find a job that fast to pay them as much as they were getting paid. So they still have their living expenses that they've, created this lifestyle for themselves, just like I have, because them boys know I ain't gonna fire them. They always got a job stability when it comes to me. They're my guys for life.
I'm just so touched. I mean, it's just that somebody would do that. You're putting everything on the line, so to speak, for the guys that, they're behind you on stage. They make you who you are. Everybody kind of works together, but still for you to do that as their, I guess, boss, that's I've never heard of that. And that just makes me respect you even that much more. I'm already.
Those brothers, man, they're good dudes, man. And,
Let me piggyback off that for a second. But Jimmie, I have to say that is for the younger generation today. That's a role model. You have set up for yourself as a role model for folks, no matter what business they're in, really, to show your kindness and what you've done for people that have helped you along the way and what you're doing for them. You've just bent over backwards for them now because you can. They bent over backwards for you. Not everybody does that. Not everybody thinks about what you've thought about. Like you said, they have families and a lifestyle for the end of the year. I mean, all these months without work. So that's amazing. And people that look up to you see that kindness.
Yeah, it's all about being a good person, man. And I feel like nobody gets where they are in life by themselves. I'm where I am because Ash took a risk on me, the label, my booking agency, and I wouldn't be the guy I am on stage without my band, without my tour manager, my front of house, my guitar tech, my camera guy, my bus driver. They all play a part in what the final product of the Jimmie Allen stage show that people see. And you got to take care of those guys.
I followed the YouTube series. You had somebody documenting all your shows. I think it was Life on the Road. So I was watching all of those, and just the way you treat your band members. You guys all get along. You know how to play some kick-ass cornhole. I mean, dude, I just said, I'd love to be a part of that. Just the way he treats these guys and the respect that you have for them. Everybody gets along like a family, and it just blew me away. I watched every episode of those.
Oh man, yeah, Life on the Road's fun, man. Shout out to my camera guy, Sam the Cam.
That's it. Yes.
Sam Aldridge.
Yes.
Yeah, man. It's fun, man. We have a blast on the road. Like I sleep better on the bus than I do at home.
Most people do. No, seriously, because it's the motion of the bus. I think the bus is cruising down the road, and it's just that vibration. And
it's rocking back and forth. It's just like being back in the uterus, just hanging out.
Yeah.
I
need a good night's sleep. That might be my next trip.
But being on the bus, you travel mostly at night. After the show, you'd hit the night and you
just wait
another city. So
yep.
And I don't even know how you guys do it as an artist. Not know, like where are we now? You have no idea until somebody says, "Hey, dude, you're in Syracuse."
Even when I go to the airport, I never know. Oh, my tour manager tells me what time to be there, and when I get there. And we get on the plane like, oh, cool. Where are we going today?
Really?
Yeah, I have no clue. Like
that is funny.
Yeah, I hear that a lot from a lot of the artists that I talk to, that, it's just one town to the next, one flight to the next, wherever you're going. It's just crazy.
We're so busy worrying about so many other stuff like interviews and different business projects we got going. Like, that's my tour manager's job to make sure I get where I need to go. I just listen to them and, hey, that's where we're going. Cool, Dave. I'll be there.
Matter of fact, one of the comments, the photographer at the Keg Show just chimed in and said, "Hello, Jimmy. I took pics of you at Keg." That was Roger. He was the
Roger. What's up?
Yeah.
Who else is on here?
Yeah.
Terry, Katie, Jim.
Oh yeah, Terry.
Yeah, they opened up for me in Norfolk. That was a cool show.
Yep. And tell us about some crazy moments. Have you ever had anything like just out of this world happen something you're never going to forget? Being who you are, being on that stage. Maybe this is like, you go, man, this is wild. I don't know if this will ever happen again. This is crazy. Are there moments?
The craziest moment, I think, was the coolest moment. I was playing a show in Florida, and my meet and greet was over, and I saw this girl standing next to this old lady in a wheelchair, just like waving a sign. So I told my tour manager to go bring them over here. So she brought her great-grandmother over. Her great-grandmother was 98.
Oh, my Lord.
Birthday. And she's told me that the great-grandmother told me, she said, "Jimmie, I'm a huge fan, and I wanted to spend my 98th birthday at your concert." And she sat there, and I watched the whole show. She sung every one of my songs.
Oh, my Lord.
That's amazing.
So after the show, we hung out backstage with them for like an hour or so. I ordered some food. We sat down and just ate and just talked. And it was cool. It was a cool moment.
See, that is the kindness. Like, your kindness just goes all the way around. It's just, here's somebody you didn't even know, and you didn't have to spend that kind of time and all that. And you just made their day. You made their family's day.
I enjoy hanging out. I enjoy hanging with people. And I'm always going to be cool. So as long as the people are cool, let's hang. It's a good time.
That is amazing.
Tell us a little bit about, now you have a little boy, is it?
Yeah, I got a little boy, Aiden, and a daughter, Naomi.
There you go. How old's Aiden now? What's that?
He's 6 now.
6. Wow. Wow. And the little girl is how old?
9 months.
Oh, my Lord. Congrats, by the way, on being, that's right. I think I might have read about that, but that's pretty cool. So do they ever hang out with you? Do they go to the show with you?
Well, Aiden comes on the road as much as he can. He likes to get on the bus. He calls it his bus. And he calls my band his guys. He's like, these are my guys.
Do you have your own bus? You and maybe your son, and then the band goes on another bus? Or
nah, I'm on the bus with the band. Like, I was going to go to tour bus. I was like, I don't want to be on no bus by myself. And 2, I can save so much money with just one bus.
Probably.
There you go.
Yeah. Now, and it's the same bus driver all the time, though, that sticks with you when you hit the road. So,
yeah, my bus driver is Craig Golden. He's actually the son of William Lee Golden from the Oak Ridge Boys.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is.
Yeah, that's how I got the Oak Ridge Boys on my song When This Is Over.
Yep. And talking about.
I know, I wanted that album. Yeah, go ahead, Skip.
No, I was going to ask, now, how did Noah Cyrus get in? Like, you and Noah did the duet on the CMAs. Tell us a little bit about that.
So my manager, Ash Bowers, also manages Matt Stell, who's got the song Pray For You and Everywhere But On. And Matt is actually signed to Records out of New York, the same label that Noah's on.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they had this song, and the head of the label reached out to Ash, and we got this song. Do you know anybody who might want to do it? And they sent it to me. And sorry, kids, don't do this at home.
That's all good.
They sent it to me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm in. Let's do it." So that's how we got that one. And then I met Tim McGraw actually at Brad Paisley's house. So I played the Opry one night, and Brad Paisley, which is weird, texted me and said, "Hey, after the Opry, come over." So me and Darius went over there. Tim was there, so we started hanging out. And Tim, Brad, and Darius were like, "Yo, we should do a song together." So I wrote "Freedom Was a Highway" already, and I sent it to Brad. He loved it.
Yeah.
I went to LA 2 weeks after that, and that's when I wrote "Made for These." I sent it to Tim. He loved it. And then I wrote "Why Things Happen," a song I did with Darius and Charlie the day after Kobe died. Because I knew Kobe, and he was probably one of the most self-motivated people you'll ever meet in your life. Right? As far as setting a goal for yourself. and working towards it. And we wrote that song about why things happened the day after he died. Then when this is over, I called Rita Wilson. I actually didn't call her. I never even met her before, but I was a fan. I shot her a message on Instagram. And she replied, so I would love to have you on this song. And I reached out to Torn Wells, a Christian artist. And the Nelly thing was so crazy because December last year, I was walking into a meeting in the same building Nelly was walking out of. So I called my manager. I'm like, yo, Nelly's in town. He was like, he is? I said, yeah, can you find out why he's here? And they said he's in town writing. So I was like, oh, bet, cool. So he said, do you want to write with Nelly tonight? He said he wants to write. I said, but I had a dilemma because we had a show in Minnesota the next day. Right. So I could fly to Minnesota the next day, or I could get on the tour bus that night with my band and play PlayStation. So do I get on the bus and play PlayStation with my band, or do I stay and write with Nelly? That's a hard decision. I love PlayStation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I was like, I'm glad I did it. So we wrote Good Times Roll that night. Yeah. I had this song called Drunk and I Miss You. So I called Mickey Guyton. I was like, hey, me and Mickey been wanting to do a song together for a while. So that's kind of how the whole Betty James album kind of just came together.
Okay. All right. I was kind of wondering about that. You know, when I saw you two when I saw you and Noah on the CMAs, I'm like, first of all, it was a double take because it looked like she didn't have any clothes on because of that outfit she was.
That nude suit she wore.
I'm going, what is she wearing?
Yeah.
And, you know, a little closer. I'm like, all right. Okay.
That's so crazy. I loved it because we got so much press.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. Talking about Jimmie Allen, thanks to Noah. And after the CMT Awards because of the outfit. I loved it. Then somebody was like, she's naked. I was like, well, she's got a body full of tattoos. Can you see her tattoos? It's like, no. I said, well, she's not naked. But it's crazy because even if she would have worn nothing, that's just as much as people wear to the beach.
No, that's true. That's true.
There's been people on TV with a lot less clothes than
yeah.
That. So seriously. So I wanted to comment and just say that a lot of times an EP will come out and there's 2 or 3 hot songs we usually gravitate towards that we like and we just listen to over and over. I have to say that I listened to every single song on that album several times, and I am amazed how every single song is just awesome. So, and then to get these top artists to record with you on these fantastic songs is just such a compliment to you. I just want
I still can't believe they all said yes. You know, these guys are legends. You know, they're loaded rich. They don't have to do anything. You know, so the fact that they did it, it showed that they respect me as an artist and what I'm doing, and that's the biggest compliment when your peers, you know, support what you're doing.
Well, you're Jimmie Allen. That's all there is to it.
I mean, country music is just such a big family. It just they're all loyal to each other, and everyone's happy for each other when someone wins something or reaches their next goal or does, you know, something like what you're doing with all your collaborations. They're genuinely, sincerely happy and will help one another out.
Man, it's I still can't believe it happens, you know. It doing the song with them and recording with them and creating with people I grew up listening to. It's the craziest feeling in the world, but it's a great feeling.
Right. Do you ever just kind of sit back at home when things, you know, maybe in the quiet and just go, wow?
Oh, every day when I wake up in the morning.
And just go, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, every day I wake up, you know, and I kind of just take a moment just to kind of be thankful, you know, for the opportunities that people have given me to do what I love for a living, you know, and the support from songwriters and other labels and, you know, other publishing companies and other managers and other PR people that have helped along the way. And I'm not even their client, and they still have phone calls for me. And, you know, there's another label that made phone calls for my single at country radio when Make Me Want To went #1. So it's cool, man. It's a cool community, cool family to be a part of.
It's very cool. It says a lot about you as a person when people act that way, and you know they're showing you respect in return because you respect them. That's the way it works, and that's the way it should work. That's the way to do it. Yeah, you know, this whole pandemic thing. I know that everybody probably asks you about the pandemic, but with the quarantine, and have you done anything different? Have you just I mean, has it been good
Well, he's
to you?
gone to Disney a lot because the lines are short. I can tell you that.
I actually took this time to do a lot of things I wanted to do. So I started a transportation company in Delaware, a septic company, construction company. I started a publishing company. I signed my bass player Tate, who actually co-wrote Why Things Happen with me. I signed him. Me and Tony ATV did a partnership. We signed Tate. I wrote a kids book that comes out next year. I have my own radio show now on Apple Music. I'm working on a talk show. We're pitching a talk show right now, me and Kathy Lee Gifford. Working on a sitcom, and I'm working on a movie right now.
Dude, wait a minute.
Holy shamoly.
No, it's not holy shamoly. It's like shit.
That is that's the biggest list we've heard of during the pandemic.
We had, there's so many side things I wanted to do. So it's been cool. And we start filming my stand-up comedy special in 2 weeks, actually. So I did stand-up through college. That's why I paid for a lot of food in college. I would do talent shows, and I would go to Philly, go to Jersey, go to New York, and I would do the singing side and the stand-up comedy side because you get $500 for each category. So I won a few of them. So yeah, we're doing this 12-part series to where each episode is like 3 minutes, and I just rant on an idea and on a different subject, and it's fun. Like I do that at my shows because like I'll sing, I'll tell jokes. Now kind of what I do during some shows, I kind of just walk around and tell jokes for like 5 minutes. It's fun because like for so long I was trying to be somebody else, and before my dad died, he was like, just be yourself. He's like, who are you on stage? I said, my shows are kind of like a backyard barbecue where you're hanging out, you get some jokes, you get some stories, you get music. And that's me just, I just wanted to be comfortable and just be myself and kind of give people something at a show they won't get anywhere else. There's been times I broke out into a Christian song halfway through. I'll break out into a Disney song. I'll break out to a song from like a musical like Wicked or something. And we just have
I love it.
And you've done a little bit of Nelly, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If you could rant about something right now, what would you rant about? What would you go off on? A podcast, being on Skip Happens? I don't know.
No, man, I do it like, so I grew up in church.
Okay.
I grew up in this black church. So I ran a lot about things we do at black churches. A lot of stuff with, denominations aren't really biblical. It's just tradition.
Okay.
And people have signed themselves into believing God said this when he clearly didn't. So I talk about stuff like that, talk about how long black churches is. And I remember one time I was a kid, I told my mom, Mom, I don't know if heaven's for me. It's just too much work. Like, we went to church 3 weeks. Like, we went to church 3 days this week. We used to go to church 3 days a week, right? All the time. I said, we don't get no credit for last week. Like, we can't just take a week off. Ain't no summer break. Just stuff like that. I talk about my family. My great grandma, before she died, I love her to death. She had dementia. So my family, we always try to find light in dark moments, and it was sad. So we just found things to laugh about. So when she was a kid, her house caught on fire, and she had this sister named Amy. So
it's gonna be good.
She would just have outbursts. And she was like, Amy, the house is on fire, right? So one time I was 21. Me and my buddies went out to the bar, and then some of them didn't feel like driving. So my grandmom at the time was sleeping in the living room in a hospital bed. She didn't want to sleep in the room no more. So I told my buddy, I said, hey, you know what? You can sleep in the living room on the couch. I'm going to sleep in the laundry room. I slept in the laundry room on the floor because I already knew what was going to happen. So she kept waking up. It's a fire here. House on fire. I was like, no, it's fine. Go back to bed. He kept coming in and out. So I finally told him in the morning, I said, hey, man, she got dementia. So she going to say that like all the time. I talk about that.
I know.
I talk about the couple times I got knocked out. I remember I was playing basketball and with these dudes in a town I've never been to. And they were like, hey, we want to play y'all basketball. And if whoever wins, it's $2 a point. So we beat these dudes 12-2.
Okay.
I was asking the guys, okay, hey, where's my money? I was like 16. These guys are like 25, almost 30. I was like, where's my money? They say, you're not getting no money. And I look to the right, and my friend leaves me. He just walks away. So I should have followed him. I should have. And I'm like, I need my money. Where's my money? Next thing I know, some dude must have just hit me from the side. I'm getting up off the ground. I peed on myself. Hit me so hard, I peed on myself. And I had on gray shorts.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
So you can't even try to be tough at that point.
Oh, I'm not
Jimmy.
Oh no, he knocked me smooth out over $22.
$22.
$24.
All right, $24 and you're 16. That's a lot of money. You know,
I just remember it was crazy because I remember talking. Then next thing I know, I'm like on the ground, like what? And everybody over there, oh, Jimmy, you got knocked out. I'm like, no, I didn't see it coming. He snuck me. It wasn't fair.
And your friend is way gone, right?
Way gone.
Friend took off. Yep.
If I ain't seen him since, if I see him, we're gonna have a problem on site.
That was my next question. Have you seen him since?
Oh my God. It's crazy. Jimmy, you're awesome, man. I love your personality. I love you as an artist. You give us, for those of us that work in radio, you give us great music to play. It works both ways. I mean, it's such a talent. And I don't want to keep you too much longer. You've been very gracious tonight to kind of sit in with Deb and I and talk about you and your life and, you know, being who you are and making history and just wow. That's, I mean, one word, it's like, wow.
Oh, thank you, man. It's been
but there's a big but. I have
right. Before you close up, I'll have one thing. No, I'll wait till you're done with your questions. Go ahead.
Okay. So I've got a list of questions. It's just a kind of, I know a lot of people do like a rapid question type of thing, but anyways, there's no time limit here. 1 through 25.
He's got to go write songs. He's got, poor guy.
Yeah, I know. You got to write another song so we can play it on the radio, and that helps us get ratings. And Jimmy sells out concerts. So I love it. All right, pick a number between 1 and 25.
15.
All right. What's your go-to dance move?
I got a spin move that I do on stage sometimes. I like spin around twice.
Can you show us or no?
Let me see if I got room.
Maybe not.
I do
yeah, there he is.
Thing. Depending on how the music's going, I'll just like do something like that.
Hey.
Yeah. All right. Very good.
Pretty good. I like that.
I'd be done. I'd be dizzy. I wouldn't even be able to. All right. Pick another number, Jimmy.
12.
Oh, the most adventurous thing that you've done that your parents don't know about. Basketball and got knocked out.
I wanted to do this talent show when I was 16. So I flew from Delaware to LA for a talent show. Never been there before.
What?
I had $75. Me and my friend CJ went. I did this thing called Best New Talent.
Wait a minute. Your parents didn't know that you flew from Delaware to LA? Where was it? Delaware to LA?
Yeah, not till a couple years afterwards. My older brother, I got an older brother. So he got me and he walked me to the flight and stuff like that. So
that's funny.
Yeah.
You know what? You know, that's a real brother. That's somebody close.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They didn't say, oh, where's Jimmy? Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. All right, pick another number.
4.
What's your most prized possession?
My grandmom's handkerchief. My grandmom's handkerchief. She used to always wear fishing. I wear it in my pocket every show. And then before my dad died, he gave me his Mason necklace. So
very cool.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Cool. Awesome. Let's see. We'll just do a couple more. Another number.
1.
What's your favorite drink to fill your solo cup with?
Maker's Mark.
Ooh, good stuff. All right. I love it.
25.
Now, what's the name of the podcast?
Oh, Skip Happens.
All right. We have to do one more, though.
24.
24. What's your go-to karaoke song?
I got 2.
All right.
With or Without You by U2 and Daddy's Money by Ricochet.
Oh, I love that. Daddy's Money. We did a show with Ricochet right when they came out with that how many years ago, but here in town, we did what they call a private listener showcase, and they came in and did it acoustic. But I remember that very well. Great with or without you too. Look at you. Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. All right. Jimmie Allen, you're awesome, brother.
Oh, man.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Deb's got something.
I have one little request, if you don't mind.
All
so today's my daughter's birthday. Julie's watching from somewhere in the house, and she's 22. So I wanted to know if you could just wish her a happy birthday. She'll be thrilled.
Hey, yeah, Julie, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Julie. Happy birthday to you.
I'm sure she's blushing now. Thank you.
Oh, no
Big fan of yours. Big
Julie
fan
would
of yours.
want any single friends. That's what Julie would
I
add.
got a bunch.
I hear her giggling downstairs.
I love it. Jimmie, you're the best. We're not going to take up much more of your time.
No.
I know you probably got to get some songwriting done and all that going. But, you've been more than gracious to join us here tonight. It's just so awesome to talk to you, to get to know you a little bit. We appreciate you. Everything you've done for us in country radio. And, of course, like I said, you're giving us the great music to play. And your fan base is just growing. I mean, the songs right out of the box going right to #1. I mean, dude, seriously, I don't even know what more to say. It's so awesome.
We can't wait to have him out live again. I can tell you that.
Yeah, we need to make that happen.
Please.
Let's do it.
And real quick, you were talking about that list of things that you've been doing since the pandemic, the quarantine, the movie thing, the radio show, this and that. Other artists would say, yep, I remodeled the bathroom. Let me show you.
You've been busy, that's for sure. You've been definitely busy.
I have plenty of time to go fishing, and I have plenty of time to go to Disney World. So.
And what are your, real quickly, holiday plans for you?
Just going to have Christmas, and the day after Christmas, going back to Disney.
Nice. I'll look for you when we're there in the future. We don't give ourselves a lot.
Give me a holler.
So,
I'll be there.
I will. We'll have to get on. What is the roller coaster? And I'm drawing a blank. It's my nightmare. My kids make me get on Space Mountain. They make me get on it all the time. They drive to see me scream and have a heart attack.
It makes it feel like it's going so fast, but it's actually only going 20 miles an hour. But it's in the dark.
No way.
Yes, it's the slowest, one of the slowest rides at Disney.
Now, I didn't realize. I thought they did away with Space Mountain. I guess
I'm still there, alive and well.
Cool. Jimmie would know. Be a Disney guide. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Jimmie, you're the
have
best.
Have a great holiday.
Thank you all so much.
And
happy holiday to y'all.
Look forward to seeing you on the road, and hopefully sooner than later. And peace to you. Do some great writing. I'm sure it's all going to come together for you. So much of a talent. God bless you. God bless your family, and have a great holiday, my friend. All right.
See y'all.
Yeah, it's Jimmie Allen. Here with Skip Happens. There we go.
Bye.